People of the Interbuts, welcome. I am your host as always, El Murpho, and this is my big old Star Wars Rogue One reactions vlog. Saw it on Thursday, 7 o'clock, first showing I could possibly see it, and before I get into it, I think I've made this clear before, but I'm a bit of a Star Wars nerd, if you can't tell. Got the Star Wars shirt, all the memorabilia back there. That's a Millennium Falcon painting right back there, straight from The Force Awakens. But guys, saw Rogue One, and I really liked it. It was really good. For some reason, I feel like I fall into the camp of someone who really liked it, but I wasn't in love with it as much as everybody else did. My girlfriend absolutely loved it, and my friends really liked it, and I keep hearing a lot of people saying how much they love it. They feel it's the best Star Wars movie since Empire. It's amazing. And I really like it, but I don't know if I would subscribe exactly to that kind of ideas. Now, before I get any further into this, let me just let you guys know, spoiler warning, I will be doing spoilers. It's not going to happen at this section yet. I'll approach it when it does. I'm going to start talking about general stuff first, then when I go into the spoilery stuff, I'll give you another spoiler warning. But spoiler warning 1, just so you know, spoilers will be discussed a little later. Now, like I said, people said that this was the best movie since Empire. I would agree that filmmaking-wise, this was the best film, Star Wars film or movie since Empire Strikes Back. But for me personally, I don't think it resonated as strongly with me or brought out the emotions or sense of, oh my god, Star Wars, quite as much as, say, The Force Awakens did last year. I think Rogue One's a better film than The Force Awakens was. But for me, I just had more swellings of emotions and giddiness and feelings and whatnot and tugging on the heartstrings than I did with Rogue One. However, Rogue One was still a very good movie. Very dark. Was not meant to really be entirely fun. And it did have some tear-jerking moments. Like the characters, the main cast in this film, even though you only get to know them for this film, I got attached to them really quick. So good on that. Good on Gareth Edwards for the direction and Gary Whitta and them for writing such a good film that allowed me to get attached to these characters at the end. Plus, there was plenty of fan service and references, a lot of which I didn't even realize until after the fact when I saw it online. So when I see it again for a second time, be that tomorrow or today, depending on what that gets out, because hell yeah, movie discount Tuesdays. I'm probably going to see it a third time with my girlfriend because she wants to see it again as well. So just like The Force Awakens last year, I'm probably going to be seeing this movie at least 3 times because, God, I love Star Wars. Now, here's where I feel like, I guess the final thing I will do before I get into spoiler territory is I will say, if you are a Star Wars fan and you have not seen this film, definitely go see it. It was a very good movie. It did the franchise proud, and it will certainly hold you over for episode 8 next year. Now, final spoiler warning. If you have not seen the movie, get out of here. Get going. I'm going to force push you away. Force push you. Not lightning or choke you because that'll kill you. That's not what I want to do. I'm going to force push you away out of the video. Get going because I'm going to spoil things in 3, 2, 1. Holy shoot. Almost cursed there. I try not to do that on the channel. Darth Vader. Oh my god. That was one of the most badass scenes I have ever seen in all of Star Wars. I think Darth Vader's cameo was used perfectly in this movie. A lot of people didn't like the whole Mustafar scene where Krennic goes to Mustafar and convenes with Vader, but I actually thought that was kind of cool because it showed that Vader was kind of like, even to the higher officers of the Empire, like, really, you're gonna bring this drama crap to me? Like, just do your job. I'm a Sith. I will choke a bitch who, you know, disturbs me in my back-to-tank slumber because I am in pain all the time, and you don't want to mess with me. And I thought that was really cool to show that, like, when Vader's not out just wrecking house, that he is, because he's in constant pain from what happened to him in Revenge of the Sith, that he has to be constantly in back-to-tanks in order to stay alive and be functioning in his suit. As for functioning in his suit, that last scene, that ending that had Vader just lightsaber out, force powers, deflecting blasters, throwing people, choking them, cutting the rebel soldiers like they were nothing. Oh my god. It is what we have always wanted to see of Darth Vader. Because in the original trilogy, he either wasn't trying or he was battling his son, in which there was a conflict of interest and he really wasn't going all out because he either wanted to capture him or maybe there was a part of Anakin that didn't want to kill him. And in Revenge of the Sith, we saw Vader kind of be mean, but we only really saw him fight on a hologram and hint that he killed younglings, and then he fought Obi-Wan. This, very much like kind of what little you see from Vader in Rebels, he had this presence. This presence that you really haven't felt since the original trilogy. And I don't fault the prequels for that, because I love the prequels. He had this presence of just, I am an absolute complete badass, and you better friggin' run when I show up. I swear to God, I think I would crap my pants if I saw that Vader coming at me and say I was just a regular rebel soldier and I had the Death Star plans. I'd be like, well, I'm dead. I'm done. My life is over. These are the final moments. At least I get to see something cool as I die. So that was the Vader scene. That was amazing. The other cameos, Leia and Tarkin. Holy crap, I was not expecting Tarkin. I expected Leia at the end because you saw Tarkin, but it was cool. Like, I loved the fact that Tarkin's in that movie. I love the fact they had Leia in there for a second at the end. However, the CGI, you could really tell that it actually was CGI. It was really, really good CGI. And I think it was necessary because Tarkin's really important to the Death Star plotline in Star Wars, but there were times where it was just jarring, where you could tell, like, that's CGI, and it's real, and the uncanny valley just hits you like a ton of bricks. But I thought it was great. And the fact they brought back Tarkin's line, "You may fire when ready," whenever he had the Death Star fire, awesome. I got chills when I heard that. Now, other cameos, the R2-D2 C-3PO, I hear people kind of on it. I kind of had the same reaction. Because I was like, hey, that's really cool. We get 3PO and R2, and I think it belongs in there. But part of me was like, was that really necessary? And how did they get onto the Tantive 4, the Rebel blockade runner that Leia's on from there? You could assume, because technically she was with the fleet, or was that there on Yavin, and that went to Scarif, and then docked with the Admiral's capital ship, and you gotta, like, connect the dots a lot, and it was a little weird. Like, maybe it would have been better if they had a scene with them on the Tantive 4. Maybe in that final shot where, like, they're doing the Leia, where they do the Leia reveal as, like, the soldiers walking with the plans to give them to Leia, you see, like, maybe Captain Antilles, like, telling 3PO and R2 to come along with him on some assignment on the ship. Other stuff, other cameos, Saw Gerrera was good. I really liked what they did with him, where it showed that, you know, his brutal guerrilla tactics, which are teased in the Clone Wars, it's teased that he's like that and mentioned that he turns to that in Rebels. I like that he was pretty much all metal suit. He was like your bargain bin Darth Vader, and it shows that, like, his path of brutal violence and guerrilla warfare and near terrorism. Because it's not, his stuff isn't designed to cause fear and terror in the populace, which is what terrorism is about. He's more taking these extremist actions to liberate the galaxy. So it's not terrorism per se, but it's close. But those extremist actions, it shows that he's toying with the dark side and doing it, even though he's on the right side of the battle. And it's manifested itself through a mechanical body and a breathing apparatus, very much like Vader. And it shows that, like, even on the good guy side, even on the rebellion, there are people who are like Vader, and how if you take this path of anger, hate, and just brutal destruction, it will consume you and you will become made less human. As for the main characters themselves, I think they all killed it. I got attached quickly to every single one of them. Jyn Erso, Cassian Andor, Inwit, the guy with the Force-loving guy with the bow staff who was blind. his buddy with the heavy weapons. I'm sorry if I'm like not remembering everybody's name. Those two are the only two that that I can't remember the names for. K2SO by Alan Tudyk was hilarious and amazing. Some of the funniest moments of the film, like I could survive in space, or when he was about to say, "Oh, I have a bad feeling about," and then Cassian and Jin just say, "Oh, shut up, would you?" It was a hilarious toss back to the old style Star Wars movies, but showing that this is something new and different. And even Bodhi Rook, who didn't have much screen time, I really felt sympathetic and empathetic towards Bodhi Rook. So, and even the villain, Krennic, I was like, he was like, I didn't feel sympathy for him because he was a bad guy. Like, he was a good villain. He was a really good villain. He had motivations, and he had his reasonings for why he did what he did. And even Mads Mikkelsen's Galen Erso was incredibly good, and it was such a tear-jerking moment on his death scene with Jin. And you only had such a little bit of time to get to know their relationship. And, you know, speaking of the deaths, let's just get right into it. You know, my Rogue One prediction video, which you can go watch, was completely wrong. Jin was not Force sensitive, or maybe she was, but it's not confirmed. Her mother wasn't a Jedi, so she dies along with everybody else, so she's not Rey's mother or Mara Jade. They're not the Knights of Ren. Krennic wasn't killed by Vader, but he got choked by Vader. I said he was going to get choked by Vader, so I'll take half a point there. And there was no reference to Kyle Katarn or Jyn Erso. But talking about the main characters, their deaths were all really well-earned heroic deaths. Like, nobody just died really badly off screen or whatever. They all did something heroic, either right before or right as they died. Like Bodhi Rook. That one, for some reason, Bodhi Rook's like hurt me like really almost the hardest out of all of them. Blows up right after he gets a signal through. K2SO's heroic last stand, locks the doors and holds it down just as they're about to find the plans. The blind staff guy, I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me, and gets the signal, allows Bodhi Rook to get the signal, and then he just blows up, and then his buddy, just going out in a just maddening frenzy of glory. Just everybody around him is dead. He's the only one left. His best friend just died. He's gonna take out as many Death Troopers as he can. And he does so, kills them all before one last final one has a detonator, releases it upon death, and it blows him up. And then even Cassian and Jin, it made me sad. I wanted to see more Cassian and Jin just dying in the blast of the Death Star that blows up the entire installation. Like, wow. Like, it's great that these guys all, that they're all, like, kind of dead, so that way it's a contained story, but I kind of wanted to see more of them, like, now after I've seen it all, and it's kind of sad that, like, all their paths have ended. But I loved every single one of them. I thought it was a great cast, well acted. Every character I thought was really good. The only some of the nitpicks that I really have for the film overall is just that the very beginning is very disjointed and weird, where you're jumping from flashback to another planet, to this planet, to this planet, to is this a flashback? No, it's another planet. And it was really like kind of jarring and hard to like figure out, like, okay, we're kind of moving and jumping all over the place here. And then it's kind of slowed down, and once that picked up, I really didn't mind that it was going slow. Because it was all building to that crescendo of those final 30 to 45 minutes of that final battle, which was just epic. Which reminds me of other cameos that I had forgotten about. Gold Leader and Red Leader, which was really cool. Red 5 dying, which was cool. I mean, we didn't need to see it, but it was cool. I was sad there was no Wedge Antilles or Biggs. And there were some Rebels references, which I missed. Apparently, Chopper's in it. Apparently, the Ghost is in it. Like, in the background of some shots, and there's a call-out to Hera. Which were all cool. I missed all of those, so I'm going to have to catch those when I go back. But yeah, just overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. Some people had some issues with the music. I really didn't too much. Like I said, it's very jarring in the beginning because it's so different from everything else. But the character arcs are great. The story is great. The cameos are great. The way it's written, the way it's directed is great. Aside from the jittery start, maybe some of the cameos could have been done better, and the CG on Tarkin and Leia, I think this was just a great film, and it feeds directly into A New Hope. I'm pretty much speechless. I really can't say much more about it. But those were my thoughts. It was really good. Final conclusion, really good movie. If I was to rank it in terms of film quality, I would say it'd be Empire, then Rogue One, then Episode 4, Episode 6, 3, 1, 2. Oh, I forgot Force Awakens. Force Awakens would probably be under New Hope in terms of like quality of film. As far as my favorite, I gotta say the original trilogy, just maybe because I hold on to them so dearly, and because of how The Force Awakens made me feel that Star Wars was back after the prequels. I kind of rank Rogue One right around the same spot as Force Awakens, just underneath the rest of the original trilogy. I would probably rank my rankings as far as like how my personal favorites are 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5 or 6, 5, 4. Then Rogue One and Force Awakens are right next to one another. Then 3, then 1, then 2. And like I said, I don't know if I can agree that it's my favorite since Empire. I think it's the best film since Empire, and just enjoyment-wise, I enjoyed it a little bit less than Force Awakens. But we'll see. The movie might grow on me, and I might appreciate it, because I found to appreciate it just since Thursday, to appreciate it more and more as it's gone on, and even now I'm thinking maybe I should rank it a little higher. So when I see it a second or a third time, when it comes out on DVD and I see it even more, maybe my opinion will change and I'll rank it higher. But yeah, if anybody had any doubt that you know, that Disney didn't know what they were doing, doubt over whether or not Disney knew what they were doing with Star Wars, rest assured, they do. And they've proven it by having the successful Force Awakens and the amazing Rogue One. I'm really looking forward to Episode 8. It makes me feel better about the other one-shots coming down the line, like the Han Solo one-shot, and whatever other projects they're going to come up with. But thank you guys. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you thought. If you saw the movie, let me know what you thought of Rogue One. Did you really, really like it? Did you love it? Or you like the majority of the population where you're like, this is the best Star Wars movie since Empire, hands down? Were you more like me, where you're like, I really, really liked it and I really appreciated it, but I don't know if it was as good as, you know, Return of the Jedi or New Hope or even The Force Awakens? Or did you actually hate it and think that even the prequels were better? I really want to know. Let me know. What did you really like? What didn't you like? Let me know if you're excited for Episode 8, if you guys if you plan to see this movie more than once in theaters. Yeah, and if you guys like me doing a reaction video like this to Force Awakens, let me know if you guys want to see me have any reactions to any other movies or anything else, and I can do reactions and stuff like that. Who knows? I've been toying the idea of maybe doing reactions to WWE stuff, even though I don't really watch it anymore. Maybe I will. If you suggest that, I might do it, I might not. But like more so movies. Like if there's any movies you want me to watch and react to, I'd be more than willing and open to doing so. So let me know. Tell me in the comments below. Of course, if you liked the video, hit a like, hit that thumbs up. Do not forget, of course, to find me on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter at L_Murpho. You can find me on Facebook at RealLMurpho. My Patreon is patreon.com/LMurpho. You get good tier rewards if you sign up for a reward tier there. Money goes to me, so that way I can keep making videos like this and keep this YouTube channel and Twitch thing going. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate your view. Appreciate your watching. Appreciate any likes or comments or thoughts you give me. I think that's pretty much it. Until the next video, may the Force be with you. And may your game and nerd be true. I am one with the Force. The Force is with me.